Hi, my name is Jamie Stillman, and I'm a professor in the School of Education, and I'm also the director of the Elementary Teacher Education Program. I'm so delighted that you've been admitted to our fantastic program, and this video is just meant to provide you with some more information as you're making your decision about whether you're going to join us next year. Again, welcome to the CU Elementary Teacher Education Program. This link here on the first page will take you directly to our website that has lots of information about the program. You can also find us by going to the School of Education website for CU Boulder and then looking for the links for elementary teacher education. I'm really proud of our program, in part because of a big shift we made recently from a preliminary licensure program in which students at the university had a different major, but then came to us for some teacher ed classes, to what we now have, which is a whole degree program, a BA in elementary education that equips you for both a Colorado elementary teaching license and also an endorsement in culturally and linguistically diverse education, or what I'll refer to later as the CLD endorsement. So you might be wondering why we've made this shift to a new degree program, a BA in elementary education. And there are a few reasons for that. One of them is that we recognize how complex teaching is and the need for more extensive preparation. And so now, instead of just offering a handful of courses, we offer a full 4-year program, which we think is necessary to prepare high quality teachers. We also are really committed to addressing the teaching shortages that exist across Colorado and also elsewhere around the country. And we think the best way to do that is to prepare highly qualified teachers. You might also be wondering, well, why do we also prepare teachers for an endorsement in culturally and linguistically diverse education? The reason for that is that emergent bilingual students, or students who are learning in a new language or learning English when they come to school, are the fastest growing school-aged population across the nation. And they're also the students who tend to be the most disadvantaged by schools and have kind of the least rigorous opportunities to learn in schools. And part of the reason for this is that there are very few teachers nationwide who actually have been prepared explicitly to work with this population of students. And this lack of preparation has led to significant achievement gaps for culturally and linguistically diverse kids. And our program is dedicated to preparing teachers who can close those gaps. And for that reason, in our program, everybody must take the CLD endorsement classes. It's not optional. We don't believe in kind of generic good teaching. We think that this kind of specialization is what makes you a good teacher. These are just some data points that I wanted to share with you that show the growth of this student population. And you can see in the darkest green states are the states where more than 10% of kids in public schools are considered English learners, meaning they come to school speaking a language other than English. And that they speak that language with their family. Even though it says 10% or more, actually in Denver public schools, we have many classrooms where more than 80 or even 90% of the children are considered English learners. You can also see in Colorado here the significant growth of the student population, where just between 2008 and 2015, that school age population grew by 25%. And we've continued to see that same kind of growth over the last 5 years. Colorado, or I should say the Boulder schools and the Denver schools, which are the school districts where our university is kind of most connected, are also the districts that are home to the state's largest achievement gaps. Those achievement gaps are based on race and also on language. And so, like I said before, we're preparing teachers who are working to close those gaps, not just in achievement, but also in opportunity. So as you've probably gathered, we are not a neutral program. We are a program that is centrally committed to making schools more equitable, and to working towards justice for all children who attend public schools. And these are the guiding principles that our faculty developed. They are based on research, and they ground kind of all the decisions that we make in our program and all the learning experiences that we design for you. And as you can see here, we're very interested in preparing teachers who engage in humanizing pedagogies or teaching approaches that that confer dignity on the students who they're teaching. We are preparing teachers to be critical, so to not accept the kind of traditional school practices as acceptable, and are committed to doing things differently in order to ensure all students have a positive experience at school and learn well. Our teachers who graduate from our program also have deep understandings about culture and language, and are equipped to teach students in ways that value bilingualism and the range of cultural backgrounds that students bring to school, and are equipped to design instruction that reflects those understandings, so that they can be equity-centered teachers and be really connected to who their students are. And finally, we prepare teachers who view themselves as agents of change, as teachers who can make a difference, who can advocate on behalf of minoritized students and their families, and who are who see themselves as being able to change the world, to make the world a more just place through their work with students and families. Just to give you a sense here of what your degree plan would look like. So again, our BA program is a 4-year program, and these are just the education courses you would be taking. I didn't include here your general education classes. So you can see here that in the first 2 years of the program, you would take 4 classes in each year. And the yellow classes, or the gold classes, are the courses that are required for the endorsement in cultural and linguistic diversity. And across these 2 years, you will be asked to engage in a range of community and school-based assignments across classes, so that you have some experience meeting teachers, getting to be around children, and also working with community organizations. And so all of these classes, though they're situated at the university, are very community and school oriented. In year 3 of the program, you will be participating in a year-long school-based residency or field placement twice a week. And it will be a school that has a large population of culturally and linguistically diverse learners. And you can see here that over the course of year 3, you'll be taking 4 CLD endorsement classes. And then in the 4th year of the program, you will be student teaching. So again, another year-long residency, this time 4 days a week in the fall, 5 days a week in the spring, while still taking classes, some of them which will be held on site at your school. And 2 of the classes that year will be CLD endorsement classes. And this is just a little snapshot of some of the readings that we assign across our classes. There are many more than this, but I thought that this would just, give you a sense of the kinds of readings that you would be immersing yourself in. Again, you can see the centrality of the CLD endorsement, that it's not something that kind of sits outside of our program, but is at the very center of everything that we do. Another really important shift that we've made in our program is that we're moving away from the kinds of relationships with schools where, student teachers kind of get dropped in elementary schools and that's the extent of the relationship. Instead, we're working towards more authentic, mutually beneficial partnerships with schools and community members. And what that looks like is that we're really trying to work together with our school partners to design learning experiences for all of you. And we're doing this work in the Boulder Valley School District's highest poverty schools that serve the highest population of bilingual learners, as well as in different clusters around the Front Range, including in Lafayette, in Northeast Denver, also in the St. Vrain School District, and in Adams 12. So, we're just really hoping that you're going to join us next fall. Our program is really fantastic. Our faculty are world class and nationally and internationally known experts on all of the different topics that they teach about. If you decide to join us, the two classes that you'll be enrolling in for the fall are Education 2050, Step Up to Social Justice Teaching, and also Education 3013, Schools and Society. But if you have any questions, both about enrollment or if you have questions about the program in general and you're still trying to make your decision, these are 3 different email addresses that you can use to talk to somebody. So the advising office has lots of information about courses and degree plans and can help you figure out how to enroll for the fall. You can always reach out to me if you have questions about the program overall. Or you can reach out to Mallory Barnes, who is our wonderful director of admissions. So that's all. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to meet you in the fall. Go Buffs!